Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we're going to be talking about a report coming from Mark Stein regarding the Brooklyn Nets, and that is specifically that the Brooklyn Nets are not looking to trade for a superstar. They ain't trying to do all that. In reality, this team is projected to be one of, if not the only team with maximum cap space, and they don't plan it to spend it on a superstar, which makes sense. In addition, Brooklyn isn't locked in the idea of using their cap space to trade for a star player either. They're focused on continuing to build their assets for the future. So before we start today's video, I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys agree? I mean, they were doing a good job of it before the whole Kevin Durant and everything. Like Jared Allen, Karis LeVert, D'Angelo Russell. I mean, we obviously don't know where that was going to go, but Kenny Atkinson, look what they're doing over there in Cleveland. Obviously, they had the foundations of the right thing going there. Now, I think the Brooklyn Nets are uniquely positioned as they have that maximum cap space in 2025, and Sean Marks opting for a methodical build-up rather than pursuing a headlining, grabbing superstar is the right move. The reports come from Mark Stein emphasize that a thoughtful approach by Sean Marks is going to aim to leverage the financial flexibility and accumulate assets and enhance the team's competitive edge for the long-term future. I mean, this strategy makes sense and aligns with how the team is playing, how their rookie head coach Jordi Fernandez has performed, especially in terms of player development, even though the Nets hold a 13-26 record. If you guys forget, they had a really strong start to the year. I think this all is an indication that they're ripe for improvement, and investment seems to be the right route. Now, they are the third worst scoring offense in the league, averaging 107.3 points per game. Similarly low ranked in defensive metrics such as steals, blocks per game. And I just think that just kind of a backdrop that shows the necessity for more talent needed on this roster as they've started to liquidate it. Now, this team is got to decide what's going to happen with Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, D'Angelo Russell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Nick Claxton, we can throw even in there, as Jordi Fernandez can only do so much through coaching strategy and targeted player development that is going to be beneficial at some point for them to obviously acquire, either through the draft or through reclamation projects like they did with Ziaire Williams, to focus on getting better. I think Noah Clowney has been on a really, really solid stretch, ladies and gentlemen. He's been playing some good basketball. He's also a guy who could be a power forward or a center. On the year, I know someone's going to nitpick, and he's averaging 38% from the field, 9 points, and 4 rebounds. If you guys haven't been paying attention, turn on a Nets basketball game. And as a starter, he's averaging just under 13 points. He's also coming out there, grabbing 4.5 rebounds, about an assist and a half a game, while shooting 37% from 3 and 38% from the field. As of January, his numbers aren't that great, but December, he averaged 11 points, almost 5 rebounds, an assist a night, 40% from 3 on almost 7 3-point attempts a game. The defense isn't like entirely there, but that's, I think, and he's also isn't a dominant rebounder, but his shooting ability. And then you also got yourself Jalen Wilson, who looks like a very good solid wing for today's NBA. I think those two guys are very exciting ones to look for. Again, Jalen Wilson shooting 38% from the field, 30% from 3, but 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists a night. And at least we're seeing Whitehead on the floor this year. I think that's another thing that's exciting to see with this squad, is a lot of the guys that they've drafted, they're finally being on the floor. I know Whitehead's only played 5 games, but Cam Thomas. He's a potential trade piece or a valuable re-sign. 25 points on almost 45% from the field. His ability to draw fouls, convert them at almost 90% free throw rates. Obviously going to be a guy who's going to be an attractive asset either by trade or for someone the Nets can call a cornerstone. I don't know. I think he kind of doesn't fit the timeline, and I think let's get money. Let's get the compensation out of him. They have Dariq Whitehead, Ziaire Williams, Tyrese Martin, who all could, become solid rotational players. And I think they just need to develop a reliable scoring option. That's why you keep Cam Thomas if you want. But at the same time, you can get a vet who can do the scoring stuff. So with Ziaire Williams and Tyrese Martin both being wings and guys who could be like potentially two-way players, I think just finding players that are compatible with Jordi Fernandez and what Sean Marks is looking. So the player development of adaptability and having guys who are hard workers of capable of growing within the system can just be better. I just think it makes sense what they're trying to do here. I don't know if there's a faster way for them to progress. And yeah, when you go look at this draft, if they can get a top 3 pick, Ace Bailey, Dylan Harper, and Cooper Flagg all have their strengths and weaknesses. I personally am a really big Dylan Harper fan. That's my guy. I've the tape I've seen since conference play has started. I really like the kid's game. And if I had to choose, he's the guy that I think you could really build around. I think the same thing with Cooper Flagg. I think Ace Bailey's great and everything, and he can be someone you can build around. I think they all have the archetype that you want as a complementary player. I don't know if all 3 of them are number 1 guys. That's up for argument, but they are in a position to draft somebody to already have some role players in place with Clowney, with Wilson, Martin, Ziaire Williams, if they keep D'Lo, or Cam Thomas, Nick Claxton, if they keep him, to be able to, build a reasonable team. And I think just being methodical and just understanding that Rome isn't built in one day might be the best course of action. So that's where I want to hear your guys' opinion. If you're a Nets fan, what do you guys expect and want from this team? And is there anything specific you guys would have liked to have heard that I might have missed on? But yeah, the Brooklyn Nets are doing the rebuild right this time.